So you're thinking about moving to Riverton, Utah, but you want to know the pros and cons before you decide. In this video, we're going to walk you through the good, the bad, and everything in between. Every city has its perks and trade-offs, and Riverton, Utah is no different. You're going to get an honest take on what it's like to live in Riverton. And if you stick around to the end, we're going to go through entry-level, move-up, and luxury homes in Riverton. We're Rod and Melody, your guides to living in Salt Lake City and beyond. With over 30 years in Utah real estate, we're here to help you navigate this beautiful state with confidence. We make videos about living in Salt Lake, exploring the suburbs, and what life in Utah is really like. We've helped over 1,400 families make their move in, out, and around Utah. And whether you're headed to St. George, South Jordan, or Smithfield, we've got you covered.
Living in Riverton gives you central access without all of the city chaos. It's conveniently located between I-15 and Bangerter Highway, so getting places like to the airport or to Silicon Slopes or even downtown is actually pretty easy. So you can access all those places without all the city congestion.
Another pro is that Riverton is bringing in a lot of amenities. If you go to Mountain View Village, they've got restaurants and shopping and entertainment there. They've also got a movie theater, and it seems like it is becoming the in place to be in Riverton. If you want to see what it's like to eat at North Italia, check out the link above. We did a quick test and went to dinner to see how much we could eat for $100.
There's also a really strong sense of community. Everything from the Riverton Town Days to the summer rodeos to the parades, the city actively fosters community events, and that makes it easy for people to live here and feel connected.
Another pro of living in Riverton is access to outdoor activities. It's not like there's a ski resort right here, but we do have access to the Jordan River Parkway. We've got South Mountain Golf Course. We've got Ochre Mountain Trailhead. Outdoor options are closer than you think when you live in Riverton.
Another pro about Riverton is because it sits a little bit higher, you're going to be impacted less by the inversion. In fact, a lot of residents report that the air quality is a little bit better because of where it sits than what you're going to get in maybe Kearns or even down into Murray.
Before we jump into the cons, I'm going to invite you to subscribe. We are on a journey for our first 1,000 subscribers, so become part of that elite group by pushing the subscribe button below.
All right, now it's time to talk about some of the downsides. So, rising home prices and limited land availability. As the cities continue to grow, available land for new construction is pretty limited. This has pushed prices up and makes finding affordable starter homes a little bit more difficult.
Okay, a con of living in Riverton is the traffic bottlenecks on the major roads. Right now, there's obviously a lot of construction that's going on Bangerter, and 126 South can also back up very quickly during rush hour. We've got construction, we've got overpasses being built. There's just a lot going on. Expect that you're going to have some congestion and traffic delays right now in Riverton.
While shopping has improved in parts of Riverton, it still lacks a lot of diverse restaurants, so you get a lot of the chain stuff, but it doesn't have a great nightlife. So a lot of residents go to Lehigh, Draper, downtown Salt Lake for a few more options.
Okay, here's something that new residents don't really expect. It's the water pressure and sprinkler restrictions that people might experience in Riverton. If you're on irrigation water, your schedules with the secondary water can vary. They are pulling back during drought seasons and not allowing you to water freely like they used to. So if you're new to Riverton and you have irrigation, then you might experience some of those restrictions. Also, you'll notice that the water pressure is quite low in the summertime sometimes in your culinary and your irrigation water. That's a weird con that you might not expect moving to Riverton.
Another challenge you might experience is when we get some snowfall, because of its location, Riverton prioritizes getting the major streets cleared first. So if you're living in a neighborhood or in a cul-de-sac, sometimes you can wait a little while for the plows to actually reach your neighborhood during big storms. So the major thoroughfares are always cleared, but getting in and out of your own little neighborhood can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge.
Hey, thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video today. We're going to jump into the 3 price points home tour. Okay, our first price point is the entry-level home, and that price point is 0 to 550. Let me show you a little bit about what you're going to get in that price point. A lot of townhomes, a lot of options in the HOAs is what you'll find in this price point. And then let's jump into one of the listings. Here, this one is 450. And what you're typically going to see in this price range is between 3 and 4 bedrooms. You'll find 1,600 to 2,200 square feet. Let me show you some pictures here. So 1,600 to 2,200 square feet. They're often built in the late 1990s to the early 2000s. They're built in established neighborhoods, and they typically will have a smaller yard. See, there's that cute yard in this one. And this one happens to be a detached home, so it's not connected like a lot of those townhomes. So this is a really good buy, that if it's still available when you're looking, you ought to take a peek out on the inside. Okay, here are our move-up homes, and this price point is $575 to $750. You're going to have some options with that third car garage. So if you are looking for a home with a third car garage for either your toys or an extra vehicle, you'll be able to find that in this price range quite often. You're also going to find open layouts. Let's go ahead and click on one and show you the photos. So we've got an open floor plan, and this is called a great room, so that you're in the kitchen and you can see all the way through the living room. That's a great room. So open layouts in this price point. Also, you're going to have a lot of access to some family-friendly neighborhoods and lots of parks. Okay, let's jump into our luxury homes. But before we do, if you want to tour a home that is move up and luxury, so right there on the edge, we've got one for you. So click the link above. We're going to take a tour of a Richmond American new construction and show you what that's all about. Okay, here we are, our luxury homes. Our price range on the luxury home is $750 and above. A lot of new homes. Obviously, when you have a lot of money to be able to spend, like the 3.3, you get some really fantastic choices. Down in the lower part of this price range, which is $750 and above, we still have a lot of great choices in Richmond. I'm going to show you one of these here in just a moment. Okay, let's go to the $4 million luxury home. This one is really interesting because it's got the double islands in the kitchen. That is a new fun custom feature that we're seeing a lot in the luxury price point. You also can find several options for luxury homes near that Mountain View Village, and also west-facing valley views. So you'll face west, or you'll face those beautiful mountains that we have. If you'd like to tour this home, be sure that you jump into our password-protected MLS access and request a showing through there. I'm going to leave a link in the description below, so you'll be able to find that, save it, and ask us for an appointment.
We've helped over 1,400 families move in, out, or around the state of Utah. So whether you're moving to St. George, to Sandy, or to Smithfield, we've got you covered.